Hey everybody, welcome back to World History with Mr. Finn. Today we are taking a look at the religion of Islam itself, the actual religion. The story of it that we are at right now is Muhammad, who was the prophet, had been given messages from Allah through the angel Gabriel, and he had gone from Mecca to Medina. He had come back to Mecca, and he has now taken over basically because Muhammad is both spiritual leader and political leader of his people. So he does lead campaigns of battles and wars and things like that. Just as Islam is starting to spread and people are converting to Islam and becoming Muslims, after 2 years of being back in Mecca, Muhammad is unfortunately going to pass away, leaving a question of what do we do next? And we'll get to that. But today I want to talk a little bit about the religion itself based on the 5 pillars, something that you have taken a look at already. But let me go ahead and explain the 5 pillars today, and we are going to have a quiz. So, 5 pillars: belief, prayer, charity, fasting, and pilgrimage. Let me go ahead and tell you what these are. Briefly, belief. The belief in only one God. So, pretty simple enough. One of the pillars of the religion is believing in one God. And we knew that Islam is a monotheistic religion, meaning one God. Prayer. This is a little bit different. You are to pray 5 times per day, facing the city of Mecca. So, 5 times a day, you pray, you face towards Mecca. For me right now, it would be kind of in that direction. And I would then kneel and do my prayers, and then I would go about my day. And I would do that 5 times a day. And that is the second pillar of this religion. Charity. Seems pretty simple, right? Give. And generally, we think of charity as give to the poor, giving alms, doing things that are going to be nice for people who are less fortunate. You are supposed to give charity and help other people. Fasting. Fasting is about Ramadan. I'll write Ramadan up here. Ramadan. Ramadan is a time period within Islam in which from sunup to sundown during the day, no, big all capitals, no food or drink. That is the idea for Ramadan, fasting. During this time period, as soon as the sun comes up, no food or drink, and that is the way you are throughout the day. And then at night, you can obviously eat, and it's fasting. So you are fasting to show, to basically, for your religion, show how serious and committed you are to this religion. And the last one is pilgrimage. And Ramadan falls at different times throughout the year. It comes at different times, but it is just one time, one season per year is how we would say it. Pilgrimage, last one. Visit Mecca one time, if you are able. If you do not have money to do so, that's a little bit different. But if you do have the means, meaning you have enough money and whatever else, you are to visit the city of Mecca one time in your lifetime as a pilgrimage, going to that place. That's what a pilgrimage is going to somewhere. And those are the 5 pillars. Those are the mainstays of the religion itself. So, I might ask you how many pillars. I might ask you maybe something along the lines of, during the season of blank, you're not allowed to have food or drink. So make sure you have these notes down. Go ahead and pause it and write it down. Not a ton of notes today because we are going to do our quiz. So on that note, let me go ahead and erase this. Make sure you write down 1 to 4. Let's make it 5. We'll do 5 questions today for our 5 pillars. In fact, we can just leave that stuff up for a second. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for our quiz. Are we ready? Here we go. We're not going to do Islam yet, all right? I actually need a marker to save the spot. Flipping. Ooh, I like this question. Number 1. This is the term that means that prices start to go way up. They are expanding. Prices are going up. I think the example that I gave you, if I remember correctly, was going to like McDonald's and getting a meal one day that's $5, and the next day you go there and you get the same meal and it's like $12. The price just went through the roof. What is the term for prices going up for number 1? All right, number 2. Here we go. Wow, there's a lot of chapters on this. I don't know if I'm going to do one more. Let's make it. I like this one. Number 2. The second triumvirate had 3 people. One of those people was Octavian. Octavian had a name change. Octavian became known as what for number 2? Octavian, who was part of the second triumvirate, had a name change. What was his name changed to? Oh, went to the beginning of the chapter. Classical. Ooh, I like this one. Classical Greece. Number 3. In ancient Greece, where was it said that the gods lived? At the top of a mountain. I'll give you a hint, but what was the name of the mountain for number 3? Where did the gods live, supposedly? Where did the gods live in ancient Greece? It was on top of a mountain, but what was the name? Oh, there goes a piece of paper. Ooh, I like this one. In Buddhism. Buddhism. We didn't really get way into Buddhism, but I told you about just the idea of nirvana and things like that. But in Buddhism, there were how many noble truths? How many noble truths for number 4? Ironically. Well, you'll find out when you find the answer. Why that's silly. And I feel like we always have this one. I know I like to stick to being random, but here we go. Ancient Egypt. For number 5. Ancient Egypt was split. There was a river. It's not the Nile. I mean, it is the Nile River, but that's not the question because we've had that one on a bunch of stuff. But Egypt was split into 2 parts until King Menes unified all of Egypt. What were the 2 parts that it was divided by or divided into? There was 2 parts for number 5. In ancient Egypt, what were the 2 parts of Egypt before King Menes united it? So make sure you get this into me today for attendance and participation purposes, and I will see you next class, and we'll take a look at back on track with Islam and what is going to happen in the real world of not having Muhammad to be the political and spiritual leader anymore. So on that note, I will see you next class.